it's me, Nanaya Edu. Welcome to the Much Ado About Nothing podcast. So my name is Nanaya. I'm 22. I'm a British Ghanaian living in East London. I love writing poetry, personal essays, wellness guides. If you know me, and if you've already listened to the previous episodes, you're probably like, we know the drill, but this is for the new people. So yeah, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with politics at the moment. I'm a really passionate person. I'm the kind of person who loves to rant to their friends and family, loves to leave paragraphs in the comment section on Instagram when someone's saying some out-of-pocket stuff. And that's essentially why I made this podcast, so I can do that and like really lean into it, but like in a safe space with people who appreciate the fact that I always have something to say about the political and economic state of the world. So yeah, welcome to the podcast. That's a little brief intro bio kind of thing about me. So at the moment, this is the podcast is in its baby stage. It's baby, so I'm still figuring out things, how I want it to be, how I want the structure to be, but at the moment the structure is if I find a comment in the Instagram section, comment section, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting, this is insightful, or this is weird, let's unpack that kind of vibe. I bring it here and I discuss with you guys. And yeah, that's like the basic premise of the podcast. So yeah, let's start with a little recap. What have I been up to? If you're really like staying up to date with the uploads, you're probably going to realize that there was a bit of a gap between the first and the second one. Essentially, there was a bit of an issue with the audio, and I thought I could fix it the second time around. I think I sort of fixed it, but not entirely. And when I say fix it, I didn't exactly fix it. I just re-recorded it and tried to make sure I had set everything up well. Because I'm not really a pro when it comes to these things, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when it comes to technology, I'm actually a bit of a grandma. But I'm also a very resilient person, so if I struggle with something, I just keep going. Like, what else can you do? What else can you do in life? But yeah, what have I been up to? So last week I spent a lot of the time preparing for an assessment day for a job I applied for. So for people who don't know, I recently graduated from uni. I studied politics and French. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. So did research, preparation for the assessment center, the assessment day, and yeah, the assessment day was actually really lovely. Like, I met such wonderful people. It was so cool because I got to basically get a little glimpse into life in an industry that I've always found super exciting. By the way, it was a publishing related role. I love books. I love books. I love booktube. I eat up all the videos that Jack Edwards releases on YouTube, on booktube. That's me. So it was really cool. I was really happy, really wholesome. It was so lovely. Everyone was so wonderful. I was also invited to celebrate the poetry journey of a friend. So yeah, it was like a group of us. Everyone she invited who was like important to her journey. It was so wholesome. I'm probably gonna use the word wholesome a lot, but I can't lie, that's pretty much been like the running theme in a lot of the stuff I got up to last week. So yeah, at the dinner we danced, we laughed, we cried, we ate, we complained because people's food didn't come out the way they wanted it to come out. But it is what it is kind of vibe. But everything was so good, so beautiful. And to be honest, the whole event just inspired me to embrace the part of myself which cares about pouring love and care into others, because it's something that is a part of myself. But I know it's cliche at this point, but I keep getting disappointed. I keep getting my heart broken by people, by friends, and it can really make you feel a bit jaded. it can really make you not want to be so open and be so loving with people. But that dinner really just reinforced the importance, the value, the beauty in doing so. So it was really inspiring. And it was especially inspiring or a bit bittersweet because this year I feel like I've lost friendships, or at least my relationships with those people have transformed in a way that makes it a bit unrecognizable from what they were before, but like in a painful way. Yeah, in a bit of a painful way. Yeah, with one of them, it was just a case of unreciprocated energy. Classic. Someone's giving more, someone isn't giving as much. And I'm at a stage in my life where I'm demanding more from life, for myself, for others. Like, I've started a podcast. Like, I feel like that's such a I want to show up in the world as myself kind of thing to do. Because it takes a lot of confidence, it takes a lot of bravery, it takes a lot of self trust to embark on something like that, to especially a podcast with a um, solo interviewer, not interviewer, solo speaker. Basically, it's only me. I'm doing this on my own. I have to get comfortable with hearing my voice, trusting what I have to say, and being comfortable with people disagreeing with me. It's a really vulnerable position to put yourself in. Like when you start a podcast, especially start one on your own, which I've done. So I feel like that reflects where I am in this stage of my life. And basically, I want more from my relationships and friendships with people. I want to be able to show up as myself, my full self, um, my full spectrum of emotions, sadness, anger, joy. I feel like I've really silenced myself when it comes to anger a lot, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be able to disagree, fight, argue, and still be loved at the end of the day. And I don't think it's too much to ask, but obviously, sometimes you make demands and sometimes you ask for things and the people you ask can't give it to you. It's a bit painful, but you have to be firm in what you want from your life, what you want in your life, what you want from your relationships with people. And I'm ready to deal with the consequences of that because I want more and better for myself. I've been through a lot. I deserve joy, I deserve love, I deserve peace, and I deserve to be seen and to be held in my entirety. I think that's what we all want. We all want to feel like we belong, but we belong as our authentic selves, not as a specific version of ourselves that we present in order to be accepted. So yeah, I'm done. I'm done being a chameleon. And the thing is, it's painful because to some degree I recognize where I was responsible for certain directions in which the relationships I formed with people went. It was partly my fault. That's just straight facts, but yeah, it doesn't make it any less painful. Oh, that was what in the therapist dump is going on. But yeah, on a more positive note, I also celebrated my partner's birthday recently. We watched Trolls in an empty cinema because we watched it in the daytime. We had yummy chicken wings from, should I gatekeep? Should I get, no. It's just Westfield Stratford, Wawa Wings. It's a little takeaway spot, food van situation. Like, yeah, I had the honey sriracha. They were so yum. Yeah, they're good. I mean, I would recommend. Oh, we also had dim sum for my partner's birthday dinner, which was yum. I loved it. And the next day, we went to the V&A. We saw some art. We had some scones, with some jam and clotted cream, and I just feel really full and enriched and happy and at peace. Yeah, I feel light. Yeah, that's a bit of a quick-ish recap of where I'm at and what I've been up to in the week. So yeah, let's just move on to the comment of the day. So I don't remember the exact context, unfortunately, but the comment reads, "Yes and no. I'm almost 40 and I have legit gone to Starbucks almost every day for the last 20 years. It was one of my first jobs, so it became a daily routine. Once I made the choice to boycott, I haven't been back. Your beliefs have to be stronger than your comforts." And yeah, I don't really remember the context of that, but I feel like it definitely, in regards to people's calls, like it's related to people calling for others to boycott Starbucks, boycott other organizations that they have recognized or feel align more with Israel rather than the Palestinian people, essentially. So yeah, for this one, I don't think I'm gonna do like a really fixed question we're gonna answer, but okay, let's just use this question or these questions. It's a bit of a guide for what the discussion's gonna go. But yeah, so I guess that's something I would ask myself having read that comment is what, first of all, does boycotting really do anything? And what would it really take for me to boycott a company? And yeah, I think before semi addressing, exploring the question, definition of boycott. Yeah, that's good. Let's find a definition. According to the Cambridge Dictionary website, boycott means to refuse to buy a product or take part in an activity as a way of expressing strong disapproval. And considering the fact that Starbucks was brought up, I'm certain that the comment has something to do with Starbucks' alleged relationship with the Israeli government. So if you aren't already familiar with what's happening, essentially the Israeli government has been systematically dehumanizing, torturing, and murdering Palestinian people with the backing of Western governments, including the US and the UK. And essentially, what initially was presented as self defense following attacks on the 7th of October against Israeli civilians and I believe some Israeli soldiers. Yeah, if you watch the news, if you're paying attention to what people are sharing on their feeds, it's becoming increasingly obvious, yeah, that this self defense in quotation marks was just another stage in the Israeli government's plans of displacing and murdering the Palestinian people. So, and it's really obvious when you see those videos as well, where government officials and everyday Israeli people are using such deplorable language when referring to the Palestinian people, including the Palestinian children. And it's important to take note of that because how one speaks about a certain group of people is actually one of the criterion for determining if certain actions by the state, by a government, constitute ethnic cleansing. So legally speaking, it's actually really important to take note and acknowledge and recognize what kind of language they're using to describe these people who they are subjecting to incredible violence and pain. But yeah, and you're probably wondering what does Starbucks have to do with this? What does my Starbucks have to do with this? Well, I think it all boils down to the CEO, who I think he's the interim at the moment. I did a quick Google search, not search, but his name is Howard Schultz. He's the chairman and chief global strategist for Starbucks. And in the year 1998, he received the Jerusalem Fund Aish HaTorah's Israeli 50th Anniversary Tribute Award. And it's important to know this. Why? Because in receiving that award, it further almost not legitimized, but it was almost it signifies the fact that he is in fact an active supporter of the Israeli Zionist state. But yeah, the award essentially recognizes that, and yeah, essentially Schultz is an active Zionist. He's an active Zionist. The award acknowledges and celebrates that. And yeah, he was being celebrated for offering his services to the state, the Zionist state, and playing a key role in promoting close alliance between the US and Israel. And this was all taken from a website called the Jewish Standard, like Times of Israel. And the website was a website which was basically a list of companies that were being presented as, I guess, positive companies to support because they support Israel, which makes sense because like the website is the Jewish Standard Times of Israel, like, so it's a positive for them if you as an organization, as an individual, as a business person, support them. So that it's like especially it was like a green flag for them that he won that award and that his actions align with pro-Zionist motives. So yeah, that's him. But according to the Business Today Egypt, in terms of direct financing of Israel's actions, you could say there's less credibility about such claims or accusations. But it also depends, like, do you care if the CEO supports Israel, but I guess the actual company doesn't necessarily fund them directly? It's up to you to decide if it's like important. It's an important distinction for you, but personally, I think it is. Like, he's the CEO. Like, he's the CEO. But the whole boycott Starbucks thing, it's not only like limited to what's happening in Gaza, because beyond that, so I was gonna say it's funny. It's not funny though. It's not funny, haha, it's funny weird. But yeah, Starbucks is actually notorious for its repeated violations of workers' rights. Like, yeah, like they've literally, and this is literally taken from like the Today website, like news article, magazine, I'm guessing, kind of thing. Also, it's like common knowledge. If you actually just type Starbucks workers' rights, there's bare articles that show that they're guilty, Your Honor. They are guilty. So in this regard, it's not even like there's not an incentive to boycott. There is like more than enough. Like beyond Schultz, the CEO, there's enough reason to choose to take that stance. But yeah, I guess another question to ask is, has boycotting ever been successful? And you'll be glad to know that yes, boycotting has been successful numerous times. Here's an example which I found on a website called Ethical Consumer. So in June 2022, General Mills, which is the parent company of Pillsbury, sold its stake in its joint venture in Israel following years of BDS pressure over its manufacturing of products in an illegal Israeli settlement called Atarot. The American Friends Service Committee, AFSC, called for a boycott of Pillsbury in 2020, as did activists, human rights groups, and even members of the Pillsbury family itself. Yeah, essentially the UN had named the company in its list of companies in violation of Palestinian rights in February 2020. And even though General Mills did not explicitly cite that these criticisms were part of the reason it chose to sell its stake, the DBS National Committee says the move at the end of the day was a victory for BDS. So yeah, boycotting is important, and boycotting does work. It doesn't necessarily work like immediately or in the short term, but it does work. So for all the girlies out there boycotting, keep going. Let's keep that pressure going. Let's keep those good vibes going. Let's put that pressure on them. But yeah, even if the impact of boycotting, you could be like, it's quite limited economically speaking. I'm a big believer in the power of symbolic acts. I think symbolic actions are incredibly important, and I feel like if they weren't, greenwashing wouldn't be such a big thing with like oil companies and fast fashion companies, because the truth is, what you appear to be doing or standing up for matters, and I believe that if you hold certain moral and ethical principles, it's more than worth it to sacrifice your little luxuries for a worthy cause, especially one that so directly serves to uphold the value of human life and human rights. But of course it's difficult. If I'm being honest, I think boycotting is not as difficult an idea for me, just because I'm kind of broke. Like, I don't significantly financially benefit from certain products or services. Not like I can afford to like indulge in them anyway. So it's like I'm not dying out here kind of thing. Like, I'm not a corporate babe. I don't have money to blow on big brand names which fund or support Israel. I do have an iPhone though, but it's a refurbished one, might I add. But to be fair, I didn't purchase it because of the human rights violations taking place in Congo related to the manufacturing of our iPhones. I actually only recently came across videos shining a light on how dire the issue is. To be honest, the reason I got a refurbished iPhone is because it was cheaper. Yep, it was cheaper. And I feel like it's funny, but with a lot of things, whether it's like reusing, thrifting, buying secondhand, a lot of these things which are heralded as such noble things, incredibly positive, socially and environmentally positive actions. A lot of those things are things which who have people who don't have that much money are involved in anyway, because they don't really have a choice in terms of choosing and begging because they can't afford to. And I do find that really interesting that certain people, the more choice you have with spending, the more room you have to basically spend on things which are harmful. With fast fashion, you could be like, yeah, well, a lot of people who buy from Shein, for example, can't afford clothes and stuff. But a big thing that a lot of creators who've talked about the issue keep bringing up is it's like, even though it's like difficult to entirely abstain from purchasing fast fashion items, it's more so the attitude and approach to purchasing those items. Purchasing a couple of pieces every once in a while from those companies is a completely different thing from spending hundreds of pounds on doing hauls weekly or bi-weekly or stuff. It's like I feel like that's a fair point, because if you have £100 to spend in one go on like a bunch of clothes, surely you can technically afford investing in a sustainable, solid, high quality piece. But obviously you can argue with that. Like, you can have your opinion on the degree to which that is true or not or whatever, but I think it's interesting to think about, to consider and all that. But yeah, when I was prepping to discuss this topic, one thing I thought to myself is, like those people who are like, I can't live without Starbucks. I actually made a TikTok. I made a TikTok about it. I think I'm so funny, but every time I sit in front of my phone to make a TikTok and be funny, I'm like, damn, it's actually really hard to like channel the funny energy through the screen because I just feel so cringe and weird. But just give me a couple of months. Give me a couple of months and I will eventually get it. Or maybe not. Maybe I've passed my TikTok prime, which is silly to say because I'm only 22. But I feel like I only recently got TikTok. I got TikTok when it came out much earlier on, and I basically retreated because I was spending hours on that app and I was like, this is not healthy, this is not good. But I got it back for this, but also to do like research and stuff for job applications and certain companies and all that stuff. Because whether we like it or not, TikTok is important. It's great for doing research, all that stuff, marketing, all that good, big grown up stuff. But yeah, I think I lost my trail of thought. No, okay, back. Why it made me think of what in my life can I not live without? Because for some people it's Starbucks, but for me, it's, I hate to say this, it's coffee. It's coffee related as well. I love coffee. I love it. I love coffee. But not necessarily Starbucks. I'm not picky. Actually, I am picky with coffee. I'm so picky with coffee, I don't drink Starbucks anymore because that's how picky I am. Because Starbucks coffee is bad. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Starbucks coffee is bad. I feel like if Starbucks is your favorite coffee, that says a lot about your taste. I don't mean to be a coffee snob, but it is what it is. Starbucks coffee is bad. I love coffee. Okay, what else can I live without? My dark brown, black lip liner. Except I'm not even sure it's a lip liner. I feel like it's a eyebrow pencil, but I use it as a lip liner. The black girlies, no. The black and brown girlies, no. That dark lip, clear lip gloss combo. That was God's personal gift to us. It was. I stand by that because every time I put that lip liner on my lips and that clear gloss, I feel like I can fly. I feel like I can do anything I set my mind to. I walk out of the house, anyone smiles on me, they're smiling at me because I am the main character. I feel like the main character when I have my dark brown lip liner, clear gloss combo. I'm that girl. What did Queen Bey say? Queen Bey, BB, Beyonce. What did she say? I'm that girl. What else can I live without? Let me think. Oh, okay, this is gonna be book related. The Picture of Dorian Gray, such a sweet piece of writing. I love that book. I haven't read it in a while, but I'm gonna wait and treat myself with a reread because it was written beautifully. So The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, I would recommend. It's one of those classics where it's like, you're a classic and I know why. I believe you are a classic. You deserve to be considered a classic because you're just that good. You are that girl. De Profundis by Oscar Wilde, also gorgeous. 10s across the board. Definitely. What can I live with? Good food. Live without good food. Yeah, good food. Like, I'm such a fussy person when it comes to food because I really love food. It makes me happy. It does. I'm not like a big gamer or anything. Not a big gamer. I'm not a tech girly. I like clothes, but I'm not like a fashion girly. Like, I don't go crazy about getting clothes, and I don't get clothes that often, to be honest. I have a really sentimental connection with my clothes. Like, I can't get rid of clothes easily, and I don't really get over them. And when I find a piece I like, I wear it. I wear it till it rips. I wear it till it rips. Oh, yeah, that's just who I am. So, what else do I love candles and I love perfume. I don't really have a perfume collection. Can't afford it. I already said it. How many times do I have to tell you guys? I'm kind of broke, so I don't have a perfume collection, okay? But I love fragrances. I love going into like a shop and doing the spray test on my wrist on the little pieces. It's just so nice. It's a little luxury for me. Just being able to smell the little fragrances and be like, when I get my first big girl paycheck, I'm gonna buy you. It's nice, it's cute, it's wholesome, okay? Sue me. Yeah, like, it's giving broke girly, but what's so wrong with dreaming? A girl can dream. Is that so wrong? So I love fragrances. I love candles, obviously, because fragrances. Oh, sorry, that might sound weird in earphones. Apologies. I love the Galaxy chocolate bar. That's my favorite chocolate bar. Dairy milk. No. Lint chocolate bar. Ding. Yeah. Galaxy chocolate bar. Ding 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 ding. I love the Galaxy chocolate bar. What else? Girl, I don't know. I don't know what else. Well, those are my little faves. Oh, what can I live without? Okay, this is not like a little allergy medication. Yeah. I have really sensitive skin. That's not really I can't live without you because I love you. It's more like I have no choice. So let's just cross that one out. Doesn't count. Yeah. What can't you guys live without? Not like in a realistic, like, oh my god, I don't know, salt, toilet paper. Not those ones. Like in a frivolous, consumerist, I love shopping. I love buying stuff way. What kind of stuff could you not live without? I'm curious. I'm really curious to know. So let me know. You can let me know in the comment section. On the podcast Instagram account. and that's at Much Ado About Nothing Pod. There's also a TikTok, Much Ado About Nothing Pod, same name. The TikTok looking a bit bare, looking a bit rough. She needs some TLC, she needs some love. But as I said before, TikTok is new domain to me. I don't feel quite comfy yet. I don't know what direction I want to go with yet fully. I don't feel, it's gonna take time. I've got time. So no rush, no rush, no rush. But yes, so I guess this has been the Much Ado About Nothing podcast with me, Nanaya Idu. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, like, leave a rating, and share. I hope this sounds much better today, and I hope the content, even though it's not exactly light-hearted, I hope you can tell that there's been a lot of positive energy in the past week, and that positive energy is just flowing through me while I record, and I hope it flows to you. Take care. See you next week.